King Shantanu of Hastinapura, captivated by the beauty and divine presence of Ganga, the river goddess, marries her in a union that blends earthly royalty with heavenly purity. However, Ganga imposes a condition: Shantanu must never question her actions. Though the bond is deep, the marriage is fraught with mystery, as Ganga's divine nature is tied to an unearthly burden. After their marriage, Ganga gives birth to a son, but, adhering to her divine duty, she drowns the child in the river. Shantanu, unable to question her due to his vows, heartbroken, but remains silent. This pattern continues as Ganga gives birth to 7 more sons, each one drowned by her in the river, leaving Shantanu in a constant state of grief and confusion. His silent suffering is a testament to his love for Ganga and his commitment to the promise he made. Finally, when the 8th child, Devarata, is born, Ganga prepares to drown him as well. This time, Shantanu can no longer bear the torment and confronts her, breaking his vow. She explains that the children were not ordinary mortals, but the 8 Vasus, celestial beings cursed by sage Vasishta to be born as humans. These Vasus had committed an offense, and as a result they were condemned to live as mortals. However, when they were born, Sage Vasishta softened their punishment, allowing them to be freed from their human existence shortly after their birth. As each son was drowned, they were liberated from their mortal life. Ganga further explains that the 8th son, Devarata, was different. He was the Vasu Dayas, cursed to live a long life without a wife or children. However, he had been granted a boon by sage Vasishta to possess great virtue, wisdom in the holy scriptures, and to be an obedient son to his father. With this revelation, Ganga states that she will take Devarata to train him in the ways of kingship and ensure he is prepared for his future role. After this, Ganga disappears with Devarata, leaving Shantanu heartbroken and alone. The departure of Ganga and the deep emotional void it leaves behind have a profound impact on Shantanu. He is left to face life without the love of his life, and the separation weighs heavily on his heart. However, the bond between Shantanu and Devata remains unbroken. Devata, raised under Ganga's divine tutelage, grows into a figure of great strength and wisdom. His early life, though marked by sacrifice and duty, shapes him into one of the most revered and honorable characters in the Mahabharata. Despite the personal cost, Devarata's path is one of profound commitment to duty, and his life will be defined by his loyalty to his family and the Kuru dynasty, eventually leading him into the center of the epic's larger conflict. The story of Shantanu and Satyavati is a pivotal one in the Mahabharata. Shantanu, while out on a hunting trip, encountered a beautiful fisherwoman named Satyavati. He fell in love with her and wished to marry her. However, Satyavati's father, king of the fishermen, had his own conditions for the marriage. He agreed to the marriage only if Satyavati's children would inherit the throne of Hastinapura, as he feared that any child born to her would be of low birth due to her humble background. Shantanu, deeply in love with Satyavati, readily agreed to this condition, but he faced a problem. His eldest son, Devarata, was already in line to inherit the throne, and Devarata, as a result of his vow of celibacy, could never marry or have children. To fulfill the promise, Shantanu had to make Devarata give up his claim to the throne. When Shantanu sought his son's approval, Devarata, who was already committed to celibacy and had renounced his right to the throne, took a terrible vow. He swore that he would remain celibate for life, to ensure that no claim to the throne would pass through him, and that the throne would go to Satyavati's children. This showed his unwavering loyalty to his father, and selfless vow earned him the name Bhishma, which means he of the terrible vow. As a result of Bhishma's vow, Shantanu married Satyavati, and they had 2 sons, Chitrangada and Vichitravirya, who were destined to inherit the throne of Hastinapura.